Welcome back. This is Billy with Coach Dooley's List. And once again, if you're enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe to the YouTube page and follow along on all of our social media platforms. Today, I'm here at Hart County High School with head boys basketball coach Matt Gibbs. And Coach, thank you for taking the time today.
Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Excellent. Love coming to Hartwell.
Oh, yeah.
So first off, I'd jump right into it. Just tell everybody about your coaching journey and how you ended up here in Hartwell.
Well, I played here at Hart County.
Okay.
Graduated in 2003. And, so I've always loved basketball. I played baseball growing up, and but nothing like that hardwood to me, nothing like that round ball bouncing. And but I played for Coach Jim Birch here at Hart County, and we've got a stellar basketball tradition here. My senior year, we went to the state championship. There's previous state championships, so I knew all along that I wanted to be a coach. And when the dream faded that I wasn't going to make it to the NBA or play overseas, I knew I wanted to be involved in coaching basketball. So I finished here at Hart County, and I continued my basketball playing career at Georgia College in Milledgeville. I played for Coach Terry Sellers there for 2 years, and I use the term played loosely. I was on the team, but after 2 years, I wanted to get somewhere where I could play some minutes, and I transferred back here close to home to Emmanuel College, now Emmanuel University, and I played my last 2 years of eligibility there at Emmanuel. And my coach there was Andy Sharp, and Andy left Emmanuel, took a head coaching job at Martin Methodist College up in Pulaski, Tennessee, which is now University of Tennessee Southern. But I went with him to be his graduate assistant up there, and I was his assistant for 2 years at Martin Methodist. Finished up there and really wanted to get into high school coaching. It helped that I met a girl. I met a woman, and wanted to get back home, not get in the college coaching ranks. And the first year out, after I graduated from Martin Methodist, I cut grass here in Hartwell, Katichi Golf Club. Couldn't find a coaching job. It was that time with the recession, 07, 08. And after a year, I got a teaching job at East Jackson High School, and I coached JV boys basketball and boys golf and cross country. I coached there from 2010 to 2018, and then in 18, I got the call from the great legendary Coach Harry Marsh, who was here at Hart County for many years. He came out of retirement, and I applied for the head job here, and Coach Marsh got it, and he asked me to come be his assistant. So that was a blessing. I was living in Hartwell, and Coach Marsh asked me to come on and be his assistant, and I was his assistant for 4 years, and we had a tremendous run. And after he decided to retire again, I was blessed enough from Jay Floyd, Superintendent Jay Floyd, and our principal Kevin Gaines to get offered the head basketball job, and that's where we've been for the last 4 years.
Love it. That's quite a journey. And I always do the name game. I'll do this real quick. You mentioned Katichi.
Yeah.
Did you know a lot of the members?
I know quite a few. My dad's one of them.
Did you know Kenny Dooley?
Kenny Dooley. I don't know if I'm familiar with Kenny.
Well, that's my uncle. I'm actually going to eat with him later.
Nice.
And so he's been up there. That's one of the only places I ever really played, because I say that I've done there twice with him. And then another one that used to work there too, Steve Cash.
I know Steve Cash.
I coached Steve Cash in football.
Yeah, nice.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
Yes. So, well, cool. Well, listen, with all your kind of stops, you've gone through the college ranks, which I always think is really cool, because you get a different perspective about things. Yeah. But, you take those, and you obviously think very highly of all the people you played for and coached with, which I think is awesome, and also, helped lead you into this.
Right.
So you take things from all those different places, and you kind of build what you want your program to be about. So what is it you want your program to be known for here at Hart? From a basketball standpoint, I was, reviewing, and I really want us to be known, and I was thinking about 2 T's. I want to have tempo. I want us to play with tempo, and toughness. I want people to come out for that if they're playing Hart County, like, man, that was a battle. Mm-hmm. Like that was a battle there. Those guys were relentless, and they were tough. So tempo and toughness are 2 of the things I really want to be the hallmark as far as a basketball standpoint. And then I hope my guys know
the main reason I got into coaching and the coaches that poured into me, I see it as a ministry. And, in this day we live in, I feel like men of integrity are vital. And I want my players to, see me and my staff as men of integrity. And I hope we can pour into them to be eventually, currently be brothers and sons, and eventually, husbands and fathers of integrity. That's the calling for me, is to help develop young men of integrity and men of integrity, because I know it was done for me from my father, who was a coach, and my coaches. So that's that's what I want Hart County basketball to be about, as far as from a basketball standpoint, and as far as pouring into young men's lives standpoint.
I love that. And, I talk with coaches all the time. And we talk about you've got to coach them in everything. And that's not just on the court or on the field or everything. And I tell my sons all the time, a man is only as good as his word, and especially in today's day and age, you got so much going on. So like pouring those things into them so they hear it constantly is the only way to help grow them. So that's awesome. I love that. And I love your tempo and toughness too. Two easy things, just keep telling them to get going. And so, I know you build relationships with your kids, especially, having that mission of trying to build them up, as young men. So, everybody's always got their favorite coaching stories. Could be on the court, off the court, on the bus, anything. Yeah. So, what's a coaching story that just makes you smile? You always love to think about.
Let's see. I was thinking about two.
Tell them both.
And when I first got the East Jackson girls basketball job, I grew up, and my dad was a coach and an administrator, and I knew I wanted to be a coach. And I would say, I'm never going to coach girls. And my mom would say, never say never. And sure enough, first time I got offered a head job, yeah, I'll take it, of course. And it was East Jackson girls. And one of my coaches here, Joey Ryder, is now at East Hall. He coached East Hall girls. He was our assistant coach when I was a player here at Hart County. And then he left Hart, went to East Hall girls, had tremendous success coaching girls at East Hall. And now I think I'm not sure what his role is now, but, I called Coach Ryder and said, Coach, you're a great coach. I want to, what are your advice about coaching, difference from coaching boys or men, because I was coming from college, and coaching girls? And he said, Matt, girls have to feel good to play good. He said, boys have to play good to feel good. So I was like, you know what? He said, that's a great point, because he said with girls, you have to really pour in and do the team building things. That you got to really put a premium on team building, and you got to make sure the climate of your team's well. Whereas boys, if you definitely got to do team building with boys, but if things are going well on the court, if you're grinding and pouring it in and you're seeing success, that's going to help a lot with team morale and that, and it helps with girls as well. But boys got to play good to feel good. Girls got to feel good to play good. So that's one story I have, and
I can attest to that as well.
Yeah. And then the second one is going to be Coach Harry Marsh, who hired me as his assistant. And man, what a wealth of knowledge! God, he's a shoo-in Hall of Famer for the Georgia Basketball Coaches Association, which I've submitted him, and I think they just started doing it. But he would say, a lot. He would say, if they know you love them, they will do anything for you. Yep. If they know you love them, they'll do anything for you. And I really try to. I tell them straight up, hey, I love you. I love you guys. I try to get my family as a big part of the program. My dad, my brothers, my wife. My wife was there. A lot of their teachers at Hart Elementary School.
That's cool.
And now she's an admin. She's an assistant principal there. So that was one thing that Coach Marsh imparted to me was, hey, if they know you love them, they'll do anything for you. So that's kind of two stories there.
No, it's awesome, and listen, like I said, I can definitely attest to that. Coaching softball for years, and it's hard sometimes as a guy to realize that because you know this. And I was thinking in terms of baseball, everybody loves the 3-hole hitter who's playing shortstop or center field. No matter how they act, you know, if they're putting up numbers on the board and that kind of stuff. Whereas girls, you could be a 3-hole hitter, you know, playing shortstop, center field, and if you're mean before we walk in the dugout, that changes everything.
Yeah,
like, and you gotta find those things out and kind of resolve them, because you'll be in the 5th inning, again thinking softball, you'll be in the 5th inning or the 3rd quarter, and you're like, what is everybody mad at? And they're like, well, Susie did this to her, and you're like, whoa. So that's for sure. So excuse me, I love that. It kind of leads into the next question. I love that, you know, you think about the things that other coaches have told you. So now, you know, moving, you know, you've been coaching for several years now. And so if somebody came to you, a young coach, and said, hey, coach, I think I want to be a head coach one day, what advice would you give them?
I would definitely start with that advice from Coach Marsh. You know, if they know you love them, they'll do anything for you. Next advice, I would say, this is again some more advice from another coach.
We always steal it from everybody, anyways.
I mean, and Coach Marsh would say too, I didn't come up with this stuff. I stole it from someone. Benji Wood was a great mentor to me as well. You know, great girls teams at Johnson, girls basketball at Johnson, great boys teams at North Hall and Gainesville, and you know, and went on to Buford, and now he's at Lakeview Academy. Benji's been a tremendous mentor to me. And Benji told me when I got this job, when I got the head boys job, and Benji was from Buford, and he got the head Buford job, which got that's a nationally significant job, you know. And he was a Buford alumni, and he said, you know, follow your instincts, because nobody is going to love it as much as you. Nobody cares as much about it as you do. So follow your instincts. And that was tremendous advice, because, you know, I love Hart County basketball. Like I've been all in for, even when I wasn't as East Jackson, you know, I followed Hart County basketball like a hawk, because I want the legacy to continue. Right. And so nobody's gonna love it like you do. So follow your instincts, and you know, do what you think's best for it.
Well, I think that goes, and it could go a lot of different directions, because again, your mindset of loving it is you see the future 4 years from now when none of these kids are going to be there. Right. 10 years from now when maybe some of their kids may start coming to camp and things like that, where a lot of people that are coming to you with advice on how to do things, unsolicited advice, right? They have tunnel vision, and it only goes so far, 2 or 3 years down the road and that kind of stuff. So I absolutely love that. I actually need to I've met Coach years ago and have not seen him forever. I didn't realize he was at Lake Point now, so I need to get him on. So one, I didn't tell you I was doing this, but I'm trying to change it up a little bit. Going to do a rapid fire. Okay. So just a couple things, you know, just quick. If you don't have an answer, we can move on. All right. So I get to travel a lot. It's great. So I always want to know, what's the best place to eat here in town?
The best
no
place
change,
to
no
eat
no
in
fast
Hartwell.
food.
We got a good selection. I am partial to soul food. Okay. So I like Jamie Todd's Casual Dining. It's right across from Walmart. It's in a shopping center. Okay. And I like their kind of your meat and three type. That's my favorite place in Hartwell.
I'm down with that for sure.
But there's some other places too. The Southern Hart Brewery's great right in town. You know, Blazer's Wings is always good.
Blazer's always hiding in small towns. It's great. Yeah. Awesome. All right. 2, if you had a pregame hype song, what would it be?
Pregame hype song.
Could even be from high school, your coaching days. What gets you fired up?
Pregame hype song. Let's see. You know, yesterday Coach Osborne had some old stuff going in the weight room, and while our guys were lifting out, I got a little chill bumps. I thought I was suiting up to play Elbert County, but I would say I'm gonna go with Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. That's a staple there. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Mike Tyson punching him out with
The
the hangover. Yes,
yeah.
for sure. That'll get you
Yeah.
fired up. Who's the best coach you've ever coached against?
The best coach I've ever coached against. Oh man, I'm gonna say my mentor, Coach Harry Marsh. Because I was the girls coach at East Jackson,
Okay.
and he was doing girls and boys at Franklin. And number one, we didn't have a great record at East Jackson. I had some unbelievable girls, and they were phenomenal softball players. They won the softball state championship. In basketball, they were athletes. They were playing basketball, and they were great girls. But basketball wise, we weren't as inclined as they were at softball. And Coach Marsh, man, he just took us out of everything that we wanted to do. I was like, I obviously knew him, being he'd been at Hart County for a long time in Franklin County. But actually coaching again, we went to church together. So that game, I remember specifically that game. I was like, man, he just took us out of everything that we wanted to do, and we didn't have a prayer of what to do. So I would say Coach Harry Marsh would be the best coach I've ever coached against.
I love it. Who is the best player you've ever coached against?
Oh, tough one. Oh, best player. Let's see. I'm going to have to go with 2021. I was Coach Marsh's assistant. We went in the Final Four, and Sandy Creek beat us in the Final Four. Any other year, we're probably winning the state championship, but Sandy Creek had Jabari Smith, who's now playing for the Rockets.
Yep.
He was. We had a 6'7" young man who's now playing at UNC Pembroke, and Taj. I thought he did a jam up job on Jabari in that game, and we're like, man, he's great contesting shots. Jabari finishes with like 30. Like that was the worst 30 I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jabari would be the best player I've ever coached against.
I love it. I'm gonna try to do the rapid fire with other coaches. I always forget just to kind of get some other things in there. So last thing, I always ask coaches as a way to, the reason we do these videos, trying to bring awareness. We do have a website, Coach Dooley's List, trying to help coaches out. So who's a vendor that you've worked with in the past that you would shout out to another coach?
I know, my go-to guy is our BSN sports rep, Michael Houston. He's our rep for BSN for this area. He's been tremendous to me. Outside of BSN, most of my stuff's local.
Right.
So I try to stay local with everything I can. But Michael Houston, BSN. It used to be Wayne. What was Wayne's name? But Wayne's big in Northeast Georgia.
Gotcha.
I don't know if he's still a rep or if he might have moved up into a different role. But Michael Houston's my rep, BSN. And I can't remember who my BSN rep was when I was at East Jackson. But the BSN's been great to us. And I know they're humongous and gigantic, but he takes care of me. So I can vouch for that, for BSN being good to us.
It's all about the rep.
Yeah.
You know that too. So, well, listen, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time. A lot of good stuff in there. I know it's going to help coaches out, but best of luck this season.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you having us. Go Dogs.
Yes, sir.